the spiritual life, the religious journey, what it feels like, what it looks like, what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist. Open to whatever idea, whatever inspiration, whatever knowledge we can discover. Testing it in our own lives, testing its reasonableness, testing how it has served the needs of the world and humanity. We have been pioneers in the sciences, in the arts, in pushing back the edge of human knowledge to understand more deeply who we are and what life is about. We are a small light in the world, touched by conflict, disturbances, and troubles. But we move out into the world trying to engage it in some kind of reasonable and meaningful way. The interior life that we cultivate, that inspires us, requires us to be about attending that spirit. And each of us in this room have a different way to do it. We may do it intuitively, as Ralph Waldo Emerson did so many years ago now. The transcendental, just knowing because we know it. It's beyond intellect, it's beyond reasonableness, but it touches us deep and its truth resonates inside of us. Or we test it. We test it as a scientist would test it. Improving on the test, correcting the theory, making applicable the ideas that we determined. So Unitarian Universalists in our spiritual journeys, our internal stories are about being alive and engaging in different ways. It is an intent that the next few minutes be that time set aside for you to tend to that. It may be a simple time of quiet for you. It may be a reflecting on those gifts you still have to buy. It may be a time of trouble and hurt for a loss you're trying to cope with. It may be a time of discomfort for you understanding that someone doesn't understand who you are and it's troublesome for you to carry that with you. Whatever that internal story needs to be about this morning, whatever that internal work needs to be about, I invite you to be about it. Now, there's no real clues here of how to make it successful or meaningful except honesty. To know that you are the arbiters of your understanding. If you be dishonest with yourself, then the conclusion is pretty well moot. If you be open to yourself, no one is going to judge you. No one is going to be in there saying you're doing this wrong or right. But it may be a breakthrough and an opening for you to understand yourself better and some burdens you've been carrying or some troubles you've been borrowing that should have been left along the road. Prayer, meditation, seeking inspiration is about tending to the Spirit. And the Spirit is what is special to us and to us alone. Each of us must treat it as we seek to understand ourselves more fully. So let us be about a time of silence. Tending with those things you need to tend to, be open to those learnings you need to discover, just be at peace at yourself for a while. It's your time together. I offer words of acknowledgement to that life that moves round about us and that moves within us. We are caught in a dilemma as human beings, responding to life that is given to us, but also being craftsmen and directors of a life that we live. We're caught in that conflict, in that struggle, to find meaning and value and joy in our travels. To own the special moments we have in our lives as valuable possessions. To see around us not so much threats, but opportunities. We're called to find a noble spirit, to engage it and follow it. We're called to see the world in its true light, with its ugliness and with its deceptions and with its pain. And in all that, still say yes to the possibilities, in spite of all the no's we encounter. in this room are walking wounded, whose spirits have been hurt by life, who have scarrings that still transfigure and disfigure. We would hope for them, for us, the possibilities of moving past and learning how to walk and sing even in the crippled state we are in. We have in this room folks who are struggling to find a light and a way for the rest of their living, to look at the options before them, to find encouragement and faith. May they be of courage, and may they risk boldness to claim what they seek, to trust the process and themselves a bit, to move into the unknown. We have people that are experiencing loss day in and day out, of friends, of abilities, of life's treasures. May we grieve with them, and may we stand with them in solidarity to say even yes now to life as it is diminished. For all the hopes we can garner, for all the courage we can find, for all the blessings we can give to one another, let us be generous and bold. Let us be adventuresome and courageous. Let us seek the high ground, crippled, struggling, crawling, and saying, maybe. Yes, let's go. Yes, let's go. May it be for us a blessing and an opportunity. Amen.